Hey guys, so I was just sitting outside watching my chickens and my dogs, and I saw this video of someone making a pros and con list of owning chickens. And I thought maybe I should start coming on here and sharing some things about owning chickens. And if you guys want to start owning chickens, maybe you already own chickens and you don't really know what to do, because trust me, we've been there when we were first time owners of chickens. We did not know what to do. We literally just bought them and we had to set up the tub that day. Don't do what we did, because that was horrible. If you are already planning on getting chickens, definitely set your setup for them, especially if they're going to be chicks, because raising baby chickens, they're not so high maintenance except for the cleaning of their area, because they do poop a lot. It will stink up your bathroom if you're planning on putting them in the tub. They make a huge mess, especially if you have a low tub. But if you have a better system, like setting them up in the garage in a big pen with the right shavings and with the right lighting, definitely look up like your lighting systems for baby chicks, because you can't just stick them in a garage and call it good, because they will die. You need the right lighting, the right temperature, heat, because baby chicks are very vulnerable to weather and they will get extremely cold and they need the right source of heat. So definitely, do your research, check with your local like Tractor Supply or people who sell chickens. Ask them questions about temperature, lighting, and setup and everything. What we did when we first got chickens is we, like I said, did not know what we were doing. We had them in a box for a few hours, which was not good, and we had to set up actually no, I think we did have the tub set up, but we had to get the lighting and everything set up right away, because we knew that these chicks were not going to last long without heat. They really do need heat regularly, and you do have to keep your eye on them regularly to make sure that their temperature is regulating, and to make sure, of course, that they're still alive. Everybody knows the story about Tater Tot. Tater Tot, he was so tiny when we first got him, like super, super tiny, even tinier than the other chicks. In fact, we had a big, I think it's called a, oh, I forget what it's called, but it's called a flower or something. And he was so pretty and just white and had black specks on his neck. And he got super big really fast. So poor Tater Tot didn't have a chance with these other roosters. He would have been kicked out, pretty quickly had we not gotten rid of the other two roosters. But yeah, let me go on to the pros and cons. So again, that is a con, definitely, to raising baby chicks, is that you have to have a complete setup. Farm animals are a lot different than getting, a dog. And so that part can be a little bit difficult. The other con is their poop. They will stink up the place, and you will be like, when am I going to put these chickens outside? When is the right time to put them outside? Wait until they're fully feathered, and they should be around their teenage years when you put them outside. They need to be completely fully feathered. I think our chicks were like 3, almost 4 months old when we put them outside for the first time in their coop. And we did start taking them outside for like 30 minutes, 15 minutes, watching them very carefully when they were little chicks, when they had a little bit more feathers. That was like a month or 2 months in, I think. And we started gradually getting them used to outside and exploring the grass a little bit and hopping around. You guys have seen a few videos like that. Another con is that they do get diseases. Definitely look out for worms, look out for mites. And another big con is flies. You will have so many flies because of their poop and just because of the chickens. Now, we haven't been getting many flies, and I think it is because we have been putting down lime salt. Lime salt will help with mites and bugs and parasites and all of that bad icky stuff that we don't want with our chickens. Yeah, and of course it's the changing out the food, changing out the water. You have to change out the food and the water, of course, frequently throughout the day because they need, in my opinion, fresh water. I wouldn't want old water that's been warm and, you know, things like that. Another con is if you start raising baby chickens, you do not know the gender until a certain age. So you can still get like 10 or 15 chicks. You can wind up with all roosters. And some people like that. Some people want a rooster farm. Some people want only roosters. Some people want a ton of roosters and not very many hens. But of course, we were looking for eggs and we wanted to keep more hens. But for us, it did not work out that way. We ended up with 3 roosters and 3 hens. So we had to do our chicken math and we got rid of the 2 roosters and kept the 3 hens and kept Tater Tot because Tater Tot was the more tame rooster that we had, and he's not so tame anymore, let me tell you, because after we got rid of those 2 roosters, his personality just came out. Also, the cons, the good things about owning chickens is you do get eggs. Not as frequently. I've been doing my research and watching a lot of videos on chickens and ducks, and it seems like ducks do produce more eggs than chickens do, and their eggs are bigger than chickens, and I think they have a lot more protein than chicken eggs. So that is definitely something to look at more, but the con on owning ducks is that their poop is way worse than chickens. I keep trying to convince my mom to get ducks, but I don't think that she's on board with ducks just because of the poop. And I'm like, I'll clean it up, I'll do everything if we get a duck. But who knows, maybe I don't want to and I'm just romanticizing the idea of a duck. But anyways, yeah, another con is that they are so fun to watch and so calming to watch. I go out there and I'll find myself standing out there or sitting out there for like 30 to 20 minutes just watching my chickens and petting them. And as you've seen, sometimes Lacey will come up on my shoulder and my back and she'll just sit there and chill out with me, and it's not a big deal to her. So yeah, that's pretty neat when they start to trust you and you grow a bond with your chickens. That's pretty special. And unfortunately, we didn't do such a good job with that because we didn't know what to do. Like I said, when we first got chickens, we were very new at raising chicks, and we didn't know how to handle them. I didn't want to break them. I didn't want to hurt them. Their little wings kept flapping every time I would pick them up and hold them, and I didn't want to break their wings. I thought they were so fragile. But now that I have chickens and I'm pretty confident with them now, I think I would handle chicks a lot differently if we ever get more chickens. But I hope this video was somewhat helpful. Oh, another con is too, if you let them free range around your backyard, you pretty much have a ton of fertilizer for your grass. Chicken poop water is really great for your garden, and so is duck poop water is really great for your garden. Of course, look up the type of plants and flowers that can take chicken and duck poop water, but I think for the most part you'll pretty much get your free fertilizer with chickens. The other con is that chickens can be expensive, so with the food and the setup and the coop, depending on if you're going to get a pre-made coop or if you're going to build your own coop at home. We decided to build our own coop at home, and we also built their run. Well, not we, my mom's husband built their run, and it really only took him 3 days to build the run itself. To build the chicken coop, it took him like a year because it was a pretty sturdy, high standard quality, good quality coop. And if you buy the pre-made ones, to be quite honest with you, if you're looking to get kind of a bigger flock, they won't last you very long. They're very flimsy from what I've seen, and that's why they're kind of low prices, because I would just, if you have the means to and the room to, I would honestly just build your own coop, just to save the trouble and the hassle. But yeah, let's see if I'm forgetting anything else, pros and con wise, with chickens. Pros and con wise with roosters. I am really glad that we have Tater Tot, because like I said in the other video, in my short, he really does watch his flock like a hawk. Literally, I mean, when there is a threat of a hawk or any type of bird, he lets us know, and he is on top of things, and he loves those girls so much. I don't know what he would do without them, and I don't even want to think about it because it makes me sad. But he really took to his girls very, very well. I think it just depends on your type of flock. If you feel like you need a rooster, the pretty big con with roosters to me though is that they can get pretty aggressive if you know how to train a rooster. I've seen millions of people on Instagram really bond with their rooster, and they cuddle and everything. So I don't know if we handled Tater Tot right when he was a baby chick, but we're gonna try with him now. We're gonna try to get him to be cuddly and train him to not attack us every time we go near his girls. That's just really the thing about roosters, is that they're very, very aggressive and very territorial of their girls. When he sees us pick them up, he does not like it, and he growls at us and charges at us. But anyways, you guys, I think that's all the information that I have in my experiences with raising and owning chickens. They're very fun, but they're messy. The cleanup is messy. The smell is messy. But yeah, anyways, you guys, I hope you found this helpful, and I will let you guys go. Bye.